Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Maths Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. We talked about several concepts in the previous video. We talked about expanding bracket, we talked about factorizing using common factors. In this video, we're going to talk about how do we simplify algebraic fractions, okay? So it's very important that you review the previous video. So as you can see, as we're going further, it's getting a little bit more interesting as we keep going further. Is that okay? So that's why it's very important to watch the previous video. Make sure you understand them. Make sure you take notes of them before we move to the next one. Now, in this series, we're going to talk about how the three ideas on how we simplify fractions, okay? So the first one, there are basically three ways of doing this. The first one is that when you have three common forms of algebraic fractions. So we're going to talk about how do we simplify the three common algebraic fractions, okay? So we have three common algebraic fraction forms. So it could be in the form of AB divided by A. It could be in the form of A plus B, okay, divided by A. And also it could be in the form of A plus AB divided by A. So usually these are the most common form of algebraic fraction you will encounter. Then when we're done with that, another thing again I'm going to talk about how do you multiply and divide algebraic fraction. So we're going to talk about multiplication and division of algebraic fraction. Okay, so I'm going to show you, okay, regardless the forms of algebraic fraction, how do you then multiply, how do you divide them? Then finally, as expected, because I'm trying to make sure that I use the four basic operators. Does that make sense? So I'm going to talk about how do you then add, addition, and subtraction. Okay, and subtraction of algebraic fraction. Okay, so I'm going to talk about, these are the three things we'll talk about in this series. So I'm going to talk about, okay, what are the common algebraic forms? Okay, the A over B, AB over A, the A plus B over A, and the A plus AB over A. Then I'm going to talk about how do you then multiply, divide it, and how do you then add and subtract. To make it more interesting, I'm going to go to the next video. I'm going to stop this recording and start the recording with the first one. So I'm going to make each recording video to be for each of them. So the next video now I'm going to talk about the three common algebraic fraction forms. I'm going to talk about three of them in the next video. Then the subsequent videos I'm going to go for each and every one of them. All right. So let's get straight to it. So I'm going to see you in the next video where we're going to talk about the three common forms of algebraic fractions.